carpets in need of professional clean, then this could be the video for you. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby and household products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. So it's 2026 and it's time to jump into some more content. We're uploading in 4K now, which I hope you all enjoy. And I thought I'd start it off with a refresher of that Avalir shampoo system. So whether you've got the Avalir 1, Avalir 2, or even the Avalir Platinum, the shampoo system works the same, and it's a great system to use to freshen up those carpets if you've got dog smells on them, if your dog's been in season, or purely just to freshen it up if you've got little munchkins running around. So let's jump in, check out the 11-year-old mat that a lot of you might recognise, and get it looking like new. Let's jump straight into it. Hi Kirby fans, so I'm back, finally, back on YouTube. Trying to keep the content running consistently. It is hard, as you know, I do run 3 channels. We're in a new house, we've got new carpets all the way through. Obviously we've still got some original mats which we're going to be cleaning today. I'll explain that. A lot of you who've been watching the channel will recognise the mat that we're going to be cleaning. But last year I did buy another Avalir 100 and I picked up the shampoo system with it as well. I've still got my Avalir 2 and some shampoo system as well, but this shampoo system works across the board. It's the same shampoo system that they use with the Avalir Platinum, Avalir 2 and the Avalir 100 edition. So I'll quickly jump in, I'll show you what we've got, and then I'll show you what we're cleaning, but I'll show you what to make sure you've got in your Kirby shampoo system first before you even start or attempt cleaning a carpet. So this has been stored for quite a while. I have recently cleaned it, ready to clean the carpet. I didn't want to clean the carpet with a dirty shampoo system. So what you got to make sure when you pick up your shampoo system, if it's new, you're not going to have these issues. Make sure you've got the dispensing foam in there and you've got this filter in here. These are vital to making that foam to clean that carpet. Next up, you want to make sure you've got your nozzle, which goes on the end of your shampoo bottle and then connects to your shampoo system. You might have a mop system in there as well. We're not going to be using that today. I will be using that in a follow-up video. And then you should have your mop system. Now, I did have to change the belt on this and I'll show you for why. Right, so this is the belt that came with it and you can see it's not very round. Right, so we'll start from scratch, but what they've done is they've undone the belt to get it off the Kirby. This is a bit squeaky, as you can see, it is old and quite stiff and it's got a new belt on it now. But they've left it in that position. Never leave your shampoo system where you put it away or your Kirby in that position. It will stretch your belt, and then when you come to use it, it's going to be no good because your belt's going to be like 1.5 times the size it should be. So always, when you're putting your shampoo system away, or even your Kirby head, so this doesn't fall out of the Kirby shampoo system, all you want to do is just wind it on until it literally touches it. So you can see now, if we look inside, you can see it's literally touching that. It's hooking it, but it's not hooking it with any tension whatsoever. So that's going to keep that belt well usable for years to come. Right, so we're going to wind this on anyway, ready for when we connect it to the Kirby system. So that's the belt wound on with tension. Obviously it says belt off there, but that just means when you're disconnecting it from your Kirby, you wind it to that position so the belt's off, as you can see, and then it will let that spindle come out on your Kirby so you can take it off the Kirby. So it's not actually wound on the spindle of the Kirby. So you have it in that position, ready to install it. Okay, also what you should have with your system is your tray. I absolutely love this Kirby system. It works really well. This is your waste tray basically for all the old dirty foam and grime and dog hairs if you've got a dog. It'll pick all that up out the carpet and it'll store it all in here. As it fills, just make sure you empty it as and when it needs it, otherwise you're going to slosh it over your carpet and make your carpet dirty again. Right, so we'll get this shampoo system set up and I'll show you the carpet that we're going to be cleaning. Right, so you might recognise this mat from earlier videos. This mat is actually 11 years old. That's quite surprising. I'm not sure whether you've got mats that have lasted that long, but the benefits of owning a Kirby vacuum will keep those mat carpets relatively clean, even if you've got a dog. Then all you have to do, probably every 6 months I do this, it's just to clean that surface residue that might be on those carpet fibres. And what you'll see in the main centre of this frame is Kira has been in season. We've got a few marks there, a few spots on the letter O, and then we've got a few marks on the letter D. The carpet is starting to look a little bit dull because Kira treads in all the dirt and grime all over it. Obviously everyone else looses the shoes. Yeah, she treads all over it and just covers it in grime basically. But the Kirby keeps the dirt and grime at bay, and it's just the surface residue that we've got to clean. So we'll quickly get this vacuumed off, and then I'll show you how to pre-treat those marks if you've got a dog that's in season just before you shampoo it. Now, for those new to the Kirby system or the way it works, obviously you've got a belt that winds on. When your Kirby's not in use, always advise leaving it wound off. Yes, that may say belt on, but this belt is not wound on that spindle. Okay, so as you can see, it's loose, and then to wind it on, I'm gonna pick up the belt like so. That now says belt off. It means it's off the spindle, but it's picked it up there. We're gonna lock that on there, locate it over, and then we're going to wind it to the on position. So that now means the belt isn't on the hook anymore, but it's actually on the spindle, and that's what you need for cleaning your carpets. But if you're not using it on carpets and using it on wooden floor, then you have it on the belt off position. So you just wind it off like I have, and vice versa. Just basically the reverse of what I've done to show you how to put it on. Always make sure that you've got a reasonable, an empty bag. Your bag's not over full. So you can see in my bag, I've got a new bag in there. So this is empty. What I mean by full, when it gets this line and it's really puffed out and hard, full of solid dirt, if you're a new Kirby owner, that'll be really heavy, and it'll be up to that full line. Do not go past that full line. When you get to that full line, it's time to change your bag. We've got a nice fresh bag in there, and that bag lasts me with the dog around 2 months, but if she's not molting, it will last me around 12 months because the Kirby's been used consistently. Now we've got new carpets, there's no dirt in them, but even the old house carpets that were fitted back in 2015, and there's no physical dirt in them because the Kirby kept it at bay. Turn our Kirby on, and we're going to lower this toe touch control until it engages with the carpet, and you'll hear the tone change. Right, so I'm just going to pre-treat any marks where the dog's been in season and she's marked it. So I'm just using hydrogen peroxide. This is a very low percentage as well, and this just gives it that little bit of extra help. Obviously the Kirby shampoo could get it out, but I like to just do this purely because it sterilises as well. Right, so I've got a cap full. I'm not going to pull the whole cap on. You can do this with a cotton bud as well. So just put a little bit on, and you'll see it will turn that white. There we go, you can see it starts to turn it white. It's not going to damage the carpet in any way. It just turns the dog's remains white basically. So you can see that the marks are there. And then we've got the other marks here. So I'll just put a bit on that one, probably overboard, a bit on this one, and a bit on these two spots. Okay, I'll do the rest off camera, but we'll just leave that to soak while we prepare the Kirby shampoo system. Right, so setting up your Kirby shampoo system's really easy. You do want to use a genuine Kirby shampoo. This is the one I use. You can hear the dishwasher, I'm sorry about that. I just decided to empty as I was recording. But yeah, I always use the original Kirby shampoo, and it does the best job, and it'll smell, last for ages, and just brings your carpets up like new. So let's get the Kirby shampoo system set up and start cleaning. So what I'm going to do for that size mat, I'm just going to fill up to the 3, because I do keep any spare shampoo I've got left over. I will keep and use that for little spots where if the dog's had a wee somewhere, something it's just handy to have around. Fill up to the first 3, and then you have to fill it up with 3 capfuls of shampoo. So if you fill up to the first one, it's just 1 capful of shampoo. Second one, 2 capfuls of shampoo, and third line, 3 capfuls. And what I mean by capfuls is this is your cap and this is your fill line here. Okay, so that lid comes out, and that's what we put our shampoo in. So you want lukewarm water, not boiling. We're looking at our bottle filled up to the 3rd line, so we're going to want 3 capfuls. And then what I like to do is just give it a little bit of a shake over the sink just to mix that mixture. that's ready to install. Right, so you've just finished vacuuming, so you want to install your shampoo system. You're going to lift your headlight, you're going to twist that to wind the belt off, take that head off, wind that belt off so there's no tension on that belt, so you're not stretching it, or you put that to one side. We've got our shampoo system here. Remove the disposable tray. Right, so with your shampoo system, you're just going to put your fingers there, push that belt up, make sure it's connecting, and then you want to hold it with your fingers underneath like so. Put your thumb there, twist that. That should then pick up the belt. So it should look like that. It should have the belt picked up and be connected there, ready to slot over this. So now that's picked up the belt, I've got two hooks here, which we're going to hook on here. So lift it up, it should have hooked on. Shouldn't move left or right now. Then we're going to flip that up, lock that on, and then wind that belt off the belt hook and onto the spindle. Okay, and now if we try and turn that, that shouldn't turn by hand because we've got it connected to the spindle. Lower your hood. Moving around to the side. So to remove the bag, what I tend to do is grab my Kirby there, grab my hand under here and pull and twist, and off that comes. Disconnect it from the hook. Now I find it easier if you lower the shampoo system down. That way then it won't move. So to install the bottle, what you've got on your bottle is a mark here and a mark there. So we're going to line those up. So when you slot that on, they're lined up. You're going to put your hand behind the back of the Kirby, so just there to stop it moving, and then just literally push, and that's clipped in place. That's activated the safety switch. With your hose, all you're going to do is put that on there, twist that, or push it until it hits that third mark. Twist this round, like so. Make sure it slots on the bottom here. So if you tip this up, so make sure it slots on this part here, and then you're just going to push that up, and that's fully connected. I'm going to put in our disposable tray. And then what I like to do is raise this back up because I'm going to lower this down once the machine's running. I don't want that brush roll running straight on the carpet. Okay, so looking at our shampoo system, we've got three settings here. We've got off, we've got hard floor. So this is if you clean the hard floors with a mop. And then you've got your carpets here, which is fully round. Kind of lower it down a little bit if you get too much foam. I tend to just run it about halfway. If I need more foam, I'll turn it up a little bit to make sure I've got enough foam and scrubbing away on that carpet. So let's start shampooing. Okay, and remember, when shampooing, make sure it's in neutral, not in drive. You do not need drive. So we start her up, turn the shampoo, and then lower the head. We just clean the carpet fibres. You just lay that layer of foam. So on the forward stroke, it will scrub it. And then on the backward stroke, it will lay a clean layer of foam. So you can go as slow or as fast as you like, depending how dirty your carpet is. This is just mainly from the dog. It's just to get the dog smell out of it, basically. And then the hydrogen peroxide has helped with those little marks to get those out. So we're about halfway across the carpet. So what I'll do is I'll carry on, do the rest, and then we'll come back to it. Because it's a wool carpet, it's quite thick, I have got it fully on the shampoo as opposed to halfway when I'm just doing a very thin mat. Right, so you might have noticed I was doing an overlapping motion, so I was laying a layer of foam and then coming off and then relaying partially over that last layer that I laid. So you can leave that foam now all to disperse into that carpet. It's going to evaporate, it's going to attack all those fibres and attach all the dirt to itself that's left behind, and then we'll leave that for about half an hour. I'm going to give this a second go over purely because I've got a dog and I want to get that dog smell out. But on it, if it's just a dirty carpet, then one pass should be fine. With dogs, I prefer to just go over it twice just to make sure we've got that smell of everything out of there, basically. You can see even the colours now are popping. The white parts are coming up really bright as well already. And we've only just scrubbed it with the Kirby shampoo and we haven't even vacuumed it yet. So our shampoo's nearly dispersed into the carpet. Obviously I've raised my head when I finish, so I just want to empty this, give this a bit of a clean out, and then I'll give it a second pass. Let's see what's come out. We're going to have a few fibres in here as well because this is an 11-year-old wool carpet, just dirt, just surface dirt that's on there. I'm just going to swirl that out. And that's ready to go back in the Kirby. So just make sure that's fully shook out and we'll put that back in the ready to start our second pass of shampooing. Right, this is our second pass now. Foam's dispersing into that carpet. The red is just popping now, coming up really, really well. That's the second pass, purely just to get the dog smell out of it. We'll leave that to disperse. I'll leave it overnight. Well, and then it should be dry in the morning, and we'll vacuum it with the Kirby. So it's the following morning and that wall carpet has had a chance to dry overnight. Let's check out how good it looks now before we even vacuum it. So you can see now, after just a shampoo, leaving it overnight, we haven't vacuumed any debris out of it from the shampoo, but the colours just pop. All the lettering has come up absolutely amazing. This is like redder than it's ever been that I can remember. So you can see even on the lettering, all the marks have came out absolutely spotless. I can't specify enough, if you shampoo your mats or carpets, you just let it dry overnight before you vacuum it off. So let's give it a final clean and groom with the Kirby Avalir 100 edition. Don't forget, if you use the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby and household products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so enjoy the video now. As you can see, we've got some outstanding results from that Kirby vacuum and the shampoo system. It's done an amazing job on that mat, which is a wall mat, and it's 11 years old. Any marks out the dog left from being in season, and it just freshes it up and it smells a treat. And with that Kirby card, it's going to protect it from resoiling in the near future, and it's saved me money on professional cleaning costs. Right, so let me know in the comments down below if you've used the Kirby shampoo system, if you found this video really helpful, and what's your favourite use for your Kirby vacuum. Right, thank you all for watching, happy cleaning, and I'll catch you in the next one.